Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for August 20th, 2026. Almost forgot what the day was. And by the way, I'm James. I hope y'all are doing good. We're slowly getting back to normal here in Copper's Cove with the water situation. Uh, like I said yesterday, it felt good to take a shower. And I know the difference because I'm an Army veteran and stuff. But yeah, we're slowly getting back to better. We're still under a boil water notice, but we can overcome that. That's no problem. Um, but yeah, welcome to the program this morning. I appreciate it for sticking out with us and stuff. Um, News is pretty slow and coming in today, but it's out there, and but so we'll get to that right now. Uh, so welcome to the program. If you're not already a follower of the JP8 Report channel, click on that little bell and then scroll down a little bit, and you'll see the word follow. Click follow. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you see a thumbs up button. Smash that thing. Make it turn green to give me a like for the day's episode. And then if you want to jump in and chat, uh, I've been chatting a little bit with Covite for Life. Uh, I know if you're just now tuning into the program, you probably don't see it, uh, but everything starts fresh and stuff on it. But yeah, so come on in. Let's have a little bit of fun here. And here we go. Uh, Whether looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. I need your CHL. Jason can handle those classes both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Copper's Cove, or call or text at 254 560 2023, or visit them at www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop. Your safety is our priority. I'm back. Alrighty. So we have the Iran update. So with the Iran update, we have President Trump announced the most crushing economic operation against Iran is about to commence. The United Arab Emirates accused Iran of firing 2 missiles at them yesterday. Saudi Arabia demands that Iraq crack down on militia leaders that are coming out of Iran. Oil prices are up. They're at a 4-month high. The Israeli Defense Forces attacked Syria in order to prevent Turkey from gaining a foothold inside of Syria. And then to date, 65 vessels have been redirected, 2 have been boarded, and 3 have been disabled. And the U.S. warns of an active threat from Iranian cyber terrorists. So the Dow Jones yesterday finished up 119.65 points. It closed at 53,463.05. Let's see. West Texas Intermediate is trading at $86.11 a barrel. And Brent crude oil is at $93.47 a barrel. That is your Iran update. All right. So onward to our announcements, upcoming announcements. So let me get my stuff set up here. So day after tomorrow on Saturday, you can still buy tickets if you want, but we have the Coryell County Republican Women's third annual Boots and Bling Saturday at 6 o'clock at the Texas Station Event Center in Gatesville. The food is going to be a fajita plate from El Tapatio out of Gatesville. And our special guest speaker is Steve Municieri from Governor Abbott's office. And then there's also a country band called the Texas Connection. You can still buy your tickets. You'll see the link at the bottom of the picture here, but I'm going to tell you another way you can get them still. All right. So next announcement is next Thursday on the 27th. I can't believe we're almost at the end of August already. Next Thursday, August 27th, is Pints and Politics at Ranchers in Gatesville at the corner of 84 and 36, 6 p.m. See Chip Howell already. So my next one is on the 29th. The 29th is the Coryell County Republican Party's Patriot Range Day at the Harley Gun Range from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We even also have the cottage rented so you can go in and cool down since temperatures are still supposed to be about 100 degrees. The price is $20. You fire as much as you want. Bring your own ammo, and if you run out, the armament shop is going to bring extra ammo out there to sell. Also, we have he's going to bring some special type of weapons to fire, and then Curmudgeon's Honeymead is going to be out there also. They're one of our sponsors anyway. And then our next one is for the 3rd of September. Is Pints and Politics in Belton at the Dead Fish Grill. That starts at 6 p.m. also. Tickets are available. And for our final announcement is on the 26th of September is the Coryell County Republican Party annual fish fry at the Texas Station Event Center. It'll commence at 6 p.m. We have 2 guest speakers for that day also. We have Senator Pete Flores, SD24, and then also we have the chairwoman for the Republican Party of Texas, Dorinda Randall. Both of them will be speaking also. So if you want to buy tickets, you go back to the description of the podcast, and you go where it says description. You go to the bottom, and you'll see tickets for the Boots and Bling, which are $50 a piece. You click the link; it'll take you to where you can buy tickets or give a donation. And then next one down also is Coryell County Republican Party Fish Fry. Those tickets are $35 a person. Click on the link; it'll take you to and that's a big link right there. But it'll take you to the site where you can buy your tickets. All right, so that's the easiest way to do it. So let's get to the rest of the news before we run out of time. We've already been on air 8 minutes, and I know I won't get through it for this morning's podcast since it's only 30 minutes. But also, if you are wondering, I do this again at 8 o'clock, and I go more into detail. You can ask Ricky here, Covite for Life. He'll tell you if you haven't listened before. And if I could spell. There we go. All right. So, I had some stuff written down, but I had some stuff come off the computer like most rickety tick. So, this morning, I read this article right here from Fox News about Erica Kirk. She gave a turning point speech the other day, and it was geared toward kids going back to college and her encouragement for them. It says here, Erica Kirk is urging conservative students not to back down as they return to college campuses for the first year since her husband, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated, challenging them to carry forward his movement that he founded in 2012. Kirk, who took over leadership of TPUSA following the fatal shooting of her 31-year-old husband at Utah Valley University on September 10th, posted a lengthy message on Instagram Wednesday evening, which was last night, directed primarily at students beginning their new academic year. She warned that conservative and Christian students may encounter hostile at their schools, but offered a stern message: don't retreat from campus activism. There you go. Ricky's over playing around. Your table might get flipped, Kirk wrote. Someone might call you every name imaginable because you have a Turning Point USA a sign sitting in front of you. What are you going to do about it? She continued. Are you going to stop tabling? Are you going to shut down your chapter? Are you going to decide, is it easier to just keep your head down and get through the semester? No, you keep going. The CEO of the conservative nonprofit then invoked her husband's commitment to courage. Charlie committed himself to a life of courage, she wrote. I want to challenge you to do the same. He is often talked about how courage is going to do the right thing, even though you don't know how it's going to work out for you. He would tell you that the courage is being committed to you right course of action, regardless of the costs associated with it. That is very true. It goes along with courage. It goes along with character in your oh man, I forgot what the word was. But it must be about 6:30 in the morning. But she brings a lot of encouragement and encouraging kids to get out there and do what's right and to stand for what's right in a world of wrong. Be that glimmer of hope. Okay. So the next thing that I discovered this morning was President Trump got a big win yesterday in a court in Missouri. So Missouri did some redistricting over the last spring, and after their legislature passed new maps that was encouraging to Republicans, the Democrats filed suit against it. Said you had to take it as a referendum to all voters, which is not in the Missouri law, like it's not in the Texas law. What your legislature passes is what you got to abide by. So they put these new maps together, right? And what it did is the boundary of one of the congressional districts split Kansas City, Missouri, and made it more favorable to Republicans. And there's a very liberal Democrat that Emmanuel Cleavers is the congressional representative there. Well, it diluted his power because he had one of those majority congressional districts where the Supreme Court says you can't do anymore, right? So yesterday, a circuit court judge named Daniel Green ruled that Missouri's constitutional referendum provisions do not apply to congressional redistricting enacted by the General Assembly. He also said that Hoskins' decision does not certify the referendum petition was lawful in order that the Republican-backed congressional map remains in force in effect for the 2026 general election. The plaintiff appealed the ruling Wednesday evening. According to the court docket, the ruling preserves the map passed by the Missouri's Republican-led legislature after Trump urged GOP-controlled states to redraw their congressional boundaries. So even though he appealed it, it's too late to do any more changing and stuff. But this is it's going to go to an appeals court. But the president got more reassurance of we'll be able to elect more qualified Republicans to the House of Representatives in November, which is a really good thing. All right. Now, talking about Congress, right? The president yesterday said that he would support term limits. And that was what I was going to name the podcast for the JPA report. Or I erased it. But it was, I was going to make the title, I'm okay with term limits. Okay. But I did the deal about Erica Kirk. But President Trump yesterday said he would support term limits for members of Congress, noting his popularity, but stated that elections themselves serve as term limits. The decision, that's only if you can get people out there to vote. Okay? That's honest to goodness right there. The discussion surrounding term limits has reignited recently following the ailments and deaths of U.S. Senator and House members, several of whom have been accused of concealing their true health status from constituents. The president did not have a hard stance on term limits, but he said he has seen elections serve effectively as such. He said that I would like to say that term limits should be elections, but I'm okay with term limits. Trump said in an unrelated White House event. Term limits are very popular with the public. I've seen it both ways. I've seen where people go in and they get termed out. You end up with total rookies in there. Nothing gets done. And I've seen it the other way where people are there too long. And we see that all the time. And then the comment comes, it's Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell has been absent from Congress for over 2 months from injuries from a fall on June 14th, resulting in hospitalization. You know what? Yeah, we do need term limits. And I'm like a 2-term person when it comes to local politics. I've always been like that. So, one thing to take in consideration in the Congress, you got to figure out, do you want to allow them to serve 6 total years or 8 total years? What I would do is make it 4 terms. Give them 8 years to make a difference. Do away with the congressional retirement. Make U.S. senators able to serve for 3 terms, right? And also put a clause in there that would make it that if you are an elected member of Congress, that would be the House of Representatives and the Senate. If you have a debilitating injury or illness that takes you out of the Congress while it's in session for greater than 60 days, you should it should be brought before the actual house that you represent, whether it be the Senate or the House, and they should make a determination if it should be brought back to that representing state and call for a new election to replace that member. Sort of like the 25th Amendment. Okay, man, that's a good thing to think about, right? But the people are talking about it, and that's what matters. So what's in your wallet, right? Most people have a credit card or two, right? what is your credit limit? Most people know what their credit limit is, right? Do you know how much you still have on that credit limit on said credit card? Well, I'm going somewhere with this, right? So, yesterday, the United States, that's you, that's me, that's your neighbor, that's your brother or sister, hit $40 trillion in debt for the first time in our history. $40 trillion. And to make it a little bit worse than what it sounds like, just listen to your politicians out there that still want to give all these freebies away. Medicare for life, and this and that, and this and that. The Constitution says we should provide for the common defense. That's all. Uh, and we got everything under the sun we're throwing money at, and we don't have enough money. And we got the income tax amendment, right? So we can charge income tax. There's not enough money out there to pay our national debt total. $40 trillion. And where was that one thing I was reading at? Um, so in the first 10 months of this year, we added $1.8 trillion to the national debt. Or was it the 10-year thing? Uh, um, I did read like within the last 10 years, we've we've added approximately half the debt in the last 10 years to our credit account that's bankrupt, right? Um, Harvey Dillon yesterday announced that when the elections come up in November, that she is sending 1,000 monitors from the Department of Justice out to observe, just observe the elections that are coming up, and make sure that they're done appropriately according to the law, how they're supposed to be doing it, right? So, so this was published in Bloomberg, right? Harmon Dillon said the plan is consistent with the department's policies in previous elections, but this year's deployment will have a record number of monitors. She said the monitors will observe and support any investigations, but they will not intervene on election day. They will have the same status as any other monitor who is observing an election under state law. So they can talk, but they can't do. All right. Talk more about it a little bit later. That's always important. Uh, so my last one is, I don't know, I might be able to get to the other one. So you saw Tuesday night that Alex Vindman was defeated in his attempt in the primary for the Democratic nomination for the Senate in Florida. If you don't know who Alex Vindman was, he was a lieutenant colonel in the Army. He's from the Ukraine, and he was the whistleblower that was going to Adam Schiff about President Trump, about the one perfect phone call that Trump made to the Ukraine that Alex Vindman lied through his teeth about and caused President Trump to get impeached back in 2019. The president is calling for him to be prosecuted since he's already lost his primary and he won't be in politics. Not only did he get beat up the first time, he's going to get beat up a second time. President Trump on Wednesday called for the prosecution of Alex Vindman after he lost the Florida Democrat primary for Senate on Tuesday evening. Vindman, who is expected to decisively defeat Angie Nixon, for the nomination, but unexpectedly lost by double digits Tuesday evening. Trump, for his part, gloated over the loss of his adversary and suggested he ought to face consequences for his role in the first impeachment. The most gratifying loss last night was that the real treasonous creep, and he's right, Alexander Vindman, to the radical left lunatic, can't speak or think properly, and who will go down in certain defeat by the hands of Ashley Moody, a truly fantastic senator from the great state of Florida. Vindman, if you remember, was the one who lied about my perfect call with President Zelensky in Ukraine, only to find out that the conversation was routinely recorded and proved I was 100% in the right, completely innocent. It was indeed a perfect call, and the Democrats' fake impeachment effort massively failed. Vindman should be prosecuted for what he did. And that's true. And when I worked for the White House, I know we recorded those because they were state calls going overseas um, uh, to foreign heads of state and stuff. And it's just not, yeah, I could talk about that part. Just so you know, it's not just Zelensky on the call and Trump on the call. There's usually dozens of people monitoring the call so they know exactly what they're talking about, both on his end and our end. And they know exactly what each person is talking about on the phone call. Um, that you don't interrupt, you don't go. Matter of fact, your phone better be on mute because there should be no background noise at all in it. So what you do is after you make the call, you log in everything. But so Foggy Bottom is state ops, and everything goes through there when you do a state call, right? But yeah, I feel no sympathy toward Mr. Vindman. Matter of fact, who moves to a brand new state and 2 years later runs for the United States Senate? Who in her right mind gave him the political advice to do such a stupid thing? Because that was asinine. That should have never happened. Uh, I hope whoever he wrote that check to give him political advice uh, gives him a refund because he raised $16 million for his run. He spent $9 million to lose to a lady that spent like $950,000 on her entire campaign in the state of Florida. He's a carpetbagger, flat out carpetbagger that moved from up north down to Florida and 2 years later said, I could be a senator. Yeah, I don't think so, Tim. It don't work like that. What are we looking at now? It's 6:58. So I had 3 more articles to read. No, I had 4 articles. So okay, I did pretty good this morning. Alrighty, so let me get that hyperlink done. Hold on just a second here. Copy. 6:59. Okay, so it is time to do the raid. I got 45 seconds till 7 o'clock. Hey guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to do the raid. I'll see y'all in 1 hour for the actual JP8 report. Come on back, hear more news. And then I have a little bit more than just that. But yeah, thank y'all very much for tuning in, all right? If you have any questions, put something in the comments. Don't put them in the live chat because it's about to go away. Alrighty. But thank y'all very much for tuning in. How about if I put the raid stuff on there? And the raid is initiated. There it is. Okay, it's confirmed. I'll see you all in 1 hour with the JPA report. This is James Pierce. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.